And you took the staff. It wasn't a question. Mother, She looked at him for a long moment, and then, slowly, she smiled. It was not a warm smile. It was the smile of a leopard that has just made a kill. You did well, she said quietly, so only he could hear. You did what was necessary. The words should have brought comfort. Instead, they made him feel like he was drowning. The Eze Muo arrived as the sun set, his white chalk markings bright against his dark skin, his staff rattling with bones and cowries. Igwe Namdi presented the wooden staff with shaking hands. My son has returned from the forest of trials. He carries the sacred staff. He has been chosen. The Eze Muo took the staff, his ancient eyes unreadable. He studied it, whispering words in the old tongue that made the air shimmer. Then he looked at Obi. You retrieved this from the Irioko tree. Yes, Eze Muo. And you were alone when you found it? Obi's heart stuttered. Yes, I was alone. The lie felt like swallowing hot coals. The Eze Muo's gaze held his for a moment that stretched like years, but the chief priest only nodded slowly. Tomorrow we will perform the ceremony of the beads. If the gods accept you as heir, you will lift the sacred coral beads yourself. If they reject you, the Eze Muo's eyes grew dark, then we will know the truth. That night, Obi could not sleep. All he could see was Chukwudi's terrified face. All he could hear was his brother's voice. Obi, please. Meanwhile, far downstream, Chukwudi sat on a sandy riverbank, his body battered but alive. The water had thrown him against rocks, filled his lungs, but finally spat him out. He wrapped his arms around his knees and let the grief come. Not for the kingship, he had never wanted that, but for his brother. For Obi, who had looked at him with such coldness. Why? The word came out broken. Why, brother? Chukwudi had always been the one who sang. Now, with darkness coming and his heart shattered, he did the only thing he knew how to do. He sang. The song started low, wordless, just a hum. Then words came, old words his mother had taught him, words about loss and sorrow and the way the world breaks good things. His voice rose, clear and pure, cutting through the sound of the river, and the river began to change. The water grew still, the surface began to ripple and part. A figure rose from the depths, the river goddess, beautiful and terrible, her skin the color of deep water, shells adorning her neck. Keep singing, she said, her voice like water over smooth rocks. Please. Chukwudi sang and she danced. When the song ended, she stood before him with tears sparkling on her face. I have not felt like this in centuries, she whispered. Your voice carries something pure. She knelt before him. Tell me, what do you want? Chukwudi looked at this being of power and felt the words rise up. I want my brother to know I was never his enemy, that I gave him the staff freely, with love. I want him to be at peace. The goddess stared at him. You were betrayed, cast aside to die, and yet you ask for nothing but your betrayer's peace? He is my brother, Chukwudi said simply. He is half of my soul. The river goddess touched his forehead with one cool finger. I bless you with my protection all the days of your life. You have given me a gift beyond measure. She turned and walked back into the river, but Chukwudi did not see her rise through the spirit realms, did not hear her speak to the gods of the land. The one who returns with the staff is not the one chosen. Bar the false one from claiming what is not his until his brother returns. The gods agreed. Dawn came with beating drums. The entire village gathered to witness the ceremony of the beads. At the center of the compound sat the sacred beads, ancient coral and carnelian, heavy with power. Obi stood before them, wrapped in white cloth, his body gleaming with palm oil. The Eze Muo marked his forehead with white chalk. The gods will judge. the priest intoned. "If you are meant to rule, you will lift the sacred beads. If not, they will be as immovable as the earth itself." Obi stepped forward. The beads looked light, delicate. He had seen his father wear them at festivals. He reached out and grasped them. They did not move. He pulled harder. The beads remained as if carved from the pedestal itself. Sweat broke out on his forehead. He wrapped both hands around them and hauled with all his strength. Nothing. "Step back." The Ezemuo's voice was iron. Obi stumbled away, hands shaking. The chief priest approached the beads slowly, praying. Then he straightened and turned to the people. "The gods have spoken. This one is not the heir they have chosen." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Obiagule's face went white, then red with fury. "What are you saying? My son brought back the staff." "The gods have rejected him," the Ezemuo said calmly. "Then who?" Igwe Namdi's voice was heavy. "Chukwudi is gone, lost, perhaps dead." The Ezemuo's eyes grew distant. His mouth opened, and words came that were not quite his own. "Someone is coming. The heir approaches. No ceremony will proceed until he arrives. This is the word of the gods." Silence fell like a stone. Obi felt his legs weaken. "No, it's not possible. He fell. The river took him." Hours passed. The sun climbed. No one left. They all felt it, something momentous approaching. Then a boy came running. "Someone is coming from the river path." A figure appeared at the compound entrance. Chukwudi walked into the courtyard, his clothes torn and stained, his body marked with bruises that had begun to heal. He walked like a man in a dream, not seeing the crowd that parted before him. "Chukwudi," Igwe Namdi's voice broke. "My son, you live!" The old Igwe rushed forward and wrapped his arms around Chukwudi. Araeze pushed through the crowd and threw her arms around them both, sobbing. The Ezemuo stepped forward, smiling. "The gods have brought you back. They have plans for you, child.